Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. All the teams with their new trade assets. How'd they do? How was the Speedway Classic? And the Yanks stink. Let's talk ball. Let's talk ball. David Bednar.
Agustin Ramirez. He doesn't like Miami.
Yankees would love a prospect like Agustin Ramirez. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented you by SeatGeek, code Talkin 2025. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Almost dog day season, people. Almost dog day season. It's getting hot. It's August 4th. I keep hearing people do, what is it, like 7 or 8 weeks, final regular season. I don't know, man. We're in the stretch run. It's an arms race. We saw the teams load up. Thank you to everyone that enjoyed the deadline with us. And boy, did those deadline pieces pay off for the Yanks. Trev, how are you?
Dog days, what does that even mean? You know what? We're right.
Oh.
I told Olivia last night on our way home from the airport, I said, I feel like baseball season's flying by. I want to slow it down.
Bit.
I want these dog days to just crawl by so we can enjoy some of the baseball. Even though my Twins sold their entire team, I'm still excited about the ball because there is great ball being played around the league. Not your Yankees necessarily, but around the league. And I can't wait to get into it with you, Pop.
There was a lot of really good baseball, and you're right. Hopefully we don't talk about that team anymore because wait till you see where the Boston Red Sox are in the standings. Milwaukee continues to roll. The Padres have rejoined the party with a couple good games. So let's get into all of it. It's Monday, which means we do the American League Speedway Classic, Trev. Julio, first to ever go 2020, the first 4 seasons. He's a star. Speaking of stars, the Dodgers went down to Tampa Bay. Clayton Kershaw, 6 innings, shut piece from my GOAT. Snell returns for the Dodgers. That's huge, but he gets knocked around by the Yandy man, Yandy Diaz, 2-homer day. And then the Dodgers, 3-0 in the final game. If you got shut out, you lost. 3 games, 3 shutouts. Dodgers take 2 out of 3. Freddie coming out of his slump. Royals take 2 out of 3. Are they invited back to the party? They take down the Toronto Blue Jays, which hasn't been an easy task for anyone, especially in the Great North, but they get it done on that final day. How about Vinny P with the big 8th inning RBI to tie it, and then they go and win it in extras. Royals getting back in the mix. The Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers. Sign me up for these 2 teams. The Mariners, they take 3 out of 4 against Texas. The only game Texas won, they needed 11 innings to do it. Even though Randy Arozarena is playing out of his dome, he hit the game-tying homer in extras to send it to another extra. Otherwise, George Kirby, 6 innings, 0 earned run. 6 innings from Logan Gilbert. Another Logan Evans. The Mariners, big J.P. Crawford series, including the walk-off home run in Game 2. They take 3 out of 4. Guards, Twins. Guards take 2 out of 3. Are they invited back to the dance? Let's see where Trev has them in today's standings. Coming right up, Manzardo walk-off in Game 1. They almost got the sweep. They're rallying in that final game. J-Ram just misses one. Erasmo Ramirez, all Jake Storielli team. Erasmo Ramirez. Holy smokes. Guardians take 2 out of 3. The Boston Red Sox kid, Cora. Quiet deadline, kind of. Doesn't matter. They sweep them up. Roman Reddy. Sox fans getting hard for their young prospect. He gets his first ever walk-off in that one. Framber, inning from hell. He let himself down. Just ugly. That's none of Boston's business because they sweep them. Romy Gonzalez, Trevor Story is back, baby. Red Sox are at the party. Diamondbacks, they take 2 out of 3 from the A's. Probably a little too late. Zach Gallen with a nice start coming out of the deadline where he was questioning where he would be pitching next. They take the series in that final game. Tyler Locklear and Blaze Alexander. Things are changing in Arizona. And the White Sox, they take 2 out of 3 from the Halos. How do you like that? Aaron Savali looked fantastic, was no-hitting him. First hit, kind of a brutal, was going to roll foul. I don't know if people actually care. Angels walked him off in that final game. Taylor Ward, we love this year for him. That's what happened in the American League.
I don't think the ball was going to roll foul.
Ooh, I do.
I got to watch it more. I watched it a couple times, just a clip of it. I didn't see the game, but I watched the clip of that.
Nobody did.
Obviously. I have the standings, though,
yeah.
Jake. I think that's what people want. We'll get into the fair foul ball in the White Sox.
Get ready. Buckle up.
Buckle up. It's going to be exciting. We're going to start out east in the American League because them Blue Jays.
Sure.
3-game lead over the Red Sox. Don't worry, my team stinks too, Jake. 65-48 for them Blue Jays, who, like I said, a 3-game lead over the Boston Red Sox. 62-51 for them after the sweep of the Astros. The Yankees get swept. 60-52. They're 4.5 games back in the division. They're still in the wild card race, though. Jake, Tampa Bay. What kind of deadline did they have?
They added.
Little ad. I don't know. 55-58 for them. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Kind of heading the wrong way, for being honest, in the Orioles. I saw them in Chicago while I was there, Jake. Saw the bus. Saw Jackson Holiday enter the bus.
Wow.
How about that? 51-61 for them. In the Central, I believe the Tigers tied for the best record in the American League. 65-48. They're 8 games ahead of the Guard Dogs. They're going to sleepwalk to that division title. 56-55 for the Guardians. 56-56 for the Royals. The Twins, down bad. 52-59. 3-7 in the last 10. It's way worse than that if you go back farther. And the White Sox, congratulations to them. They won 41 games last year, Jake. 42 games. They've won already this year. 42-70 for them. So snaps. And then out west, this is going to be interesting. Probably my favorite race right now, definitely in the American League. The Astros, 2.5 games up on the Mariners. 62-50 for them. 60-53 for the Mariners. 58-55 for those surging Texas Rangers, even though they lost that series to the Mariners. The Angels, what did they do at the deadline?
They bought 2 relievers.
Yeah, well, Chafin, not happy that he's in California. Get to like it, buddy. Relax. 54-58 for the Angels and 49-65. Let's go to the wild card. Jimmy O'Brien famously said all playoff teams are already decided in both leagues. That's not true, though, James, because the Red Sox, top of the wild card standings, the Yankees trailing behind them. They have a half-game lead over the Mariners, who are 16-53. So the Rangers, only 2 games back of a spot. The Guardians cannot overlook the Guardians. I'm sorry. You just can't. Coming from a AL Central guy, they're just going to find ways to win games. 56-55, 3 games back for them. I guess we'll include the Royals, who did buy at the deadline. They're at 500, 3.5 games back. Those are the standings in the American League.
Nobody's better, Trev, except maybe Shady Rays. Get ready. I mean, it's dog days. You might need new sun. You definitely need new sunnies, and you need them with Shady Rays. Independent sunglasses company, world-class product, rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's a lot. That's like four Speedway Series classics. The shades are durable, crystal clear. They've become a huge part of our company. Trev's flying out east this week for the warehouse. Shady Rays has been a massive part of our warehouse experience and a massive part of our company. The Jimmy Jake shades go a few years back. They have so many glasses, plus the lost or broken replacement. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair, worry-free within 30 days, and it's maybe our best deal at the company. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code TALKIN, 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. Code TALKIN, shadyrays.com. Go get yours now. Trev, series matter. I just got excited coming up this Kansas City and Boston playing this week. And that's you see that series in May and okay, roll the ball out there. You see that series now. And it just means so much more and a sense of urgency that another team that I don't want to say again needs. Who should we start with? Because on the sheet, Dodgers Tampa was first, which I don't know if that's really where the sauce is at in the American League right now.
I think we can cron pot it up. I mean,
Okay.
the best series here, there's two, I would say, the Rangers in Seattle, and then Boston taking care of business are probably the most prominent, but we can kind of cruise by.
Then let's chew. I mentioned my stuff on the way through. Snell being back for the Dodgers is probably bigger than anything, although Kershaw looks good. And Freddie with a couple multi-hit games. And, man, I didn't realize, I know he wasn't being Freddie, but some of the numbers, 199 and a 554 OPS in 40 games from June 1st to July 20th. Rays lose another series. They're still in a bad way. That's kind of what I have to offer.
I mean, yeah, you're right. The Dodgers, that top three that everyone talks about, Mookie, Shohei, and Freddie. I mean, for the large part of the season, Mookie has struggled, and then Freddie going into kind of this little rut. It's great to see him get out of it. Seeing Blake Snell on the mound was nice. Pretty funny that it's, comes at Steinbrenner Field where he used to have his spring training games. Or that's not true.
No, that's not true.
Played against the team he was with in the city that he played at for a long time, sort of.
Yeah. Well
Doesn't
done.
make any sense what I just said. You said Yandy Man got him, but did he really? The second homer was insane. Do we have that video? If we can, Bob, I'd love to see the second homer that Yandy hit to right field off Snell, because he got jammed on it.
The Snell quotes
talked about after the game about it. Yeah.
Snell quotes are really good. The first homer to Yandy, that was not a good pitch, I thought, to him. And then the second homer, I thought it was a really good pitch to him, and it just had a good result. I mean, Yandy won the game. Yandy did good, his former teammate. So
Yandy did good.
It's very complimentary in a nice way. Let's see. Who do these teams?
Yeah, we got to go back to the beginning of this one. He gets in on him.
Yeah.
And I know Yandy's strong.
Yandy's strong. It's a short porch.
Like 92 off the bat. That ain't supposed to be a homer, coach.
It's a short porch. Just got to get your hands through. I guess where are you at with Tampa? Do you care? Do they have to do something? They have to go on a hot streak to make us care again.
They're 5 games back of a wild card spot right now. I mean, they
get above 500.
They're under 500. Yes,
yeah.
There's 3 games under 500. Yeah, so they have to go on a run. I mean, it's still there. We still have enough season for them to get back in the wild card hunt. But yeah, there needs to be some kind of run for them to go on for sure. I was talking. I'll bring it back to my Twins real quick. Griffin Jacks did get sent there, and I was like, man, think about Griffin Jacks, and he's like, okay, John Duran goes to Philadelphia. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Louis Varland gets to go to Toronto. They're in first place in the AL East. Brock Stewart goes to the Dodgers. Okay. And he's like, where am I going? To Tampa. I'm going to be playing in a minor league field, one that's just giving up absolute tank jobs. That's got to be a sobering kind of experience. You're excited. He's excited to get traded, I think, to kind of get out of what's going on there. And then you end up there. It's got to be a weird feeling. I'm not trying to diss Tampa, but the situation right now is not great.
Right. If you lay out the different situations, did I go to one of the best competitors? Okay. Did I go to one of the best fields? No, it gets laid out a little differently.
In fact, the Twins all left Steinbrenner Field during the season, and we're just like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Because they went from there to Sacramento, and it was just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's just a weird week. I felt worse. The team from New York that will not be named, for Jake Bird, they traded 2 pitching prospects, and I was like, well, that sucks. Just get traded to the Rockies. Like you're basically going to be
the change you want to see in the world, Jake.
And that's why we're talking about the Kansas City Royals, who, like a happy flight, Trev, 24-12 in series finales. They've won their past 9. They take the series. They are back to 500. There was a a month and a half, 2 months where the Royals were out of the conversation. They sneaky started to add at the deadline, and we said, okay, Royals, like, they operate a little differently. Them and the Guard Dogs back at the 500 mark, and the Royals do it against the Blue Jays, who have been world beaters the past month and a half as well.
I thought the first game was really cool because you got Michael Wacha. I always talk about the Mark Burley kind of start. Mark Burley pitched for the Blue Jays, but Michael Wacha goes in there, gives up a homer to Vlad, but then is brilliant the rest of the way, like settles down, settles in. And Yaz, who gets traded over from the Giants in that top of the second inning, answers back, puts him ahead with his homer in his first at bat with the Royals. So I thought that was really, really cool. They go on to win that game 9-3. And then in the final game to win the series, go out and score like they did in extra innings is special. This team can do some things. This team can do some things. They can pitch. We all know that. It's if they can get consistent offense up and down the lineup, which is, hasn't been easy for them all year long. But if they can find that and go on, an offensive hot streak, we could see this team really get back into, that AL wild card race. And they're not catching the Tigers, but I believe they can still be very competitive for the last spot of the wild card.
Blue Jays pitching, which had been on a good roll, ended up in a bad place. They gave up 57 runs in 6 games heading into game 2. Scherzer locks in that game. That's the game they get the win. And an interesting stat I saw, Bo Bichette back leading the American League in hits.
Ooh, I said he was going to do good defensively this year, and I'm going to look it up right now.
You go look that up. Find what you need to find there.
Thanks, bro.
Mariners and Texas Rangers. This is one of the series we should sink our teeth into a little more. The two teams chasing Houston in the AL West and the American League wild card. your Bichette defense prediction.
His defense, Jimenez hasn't been there the whole year. Okay?
In his defense, he hits. He hits a lot. That's kind of what he's out there to do. Trev, this was fun. This was one of the few games on deadline day. We got 3 games on deadline day. Not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if we should load up games at 7 p.m. so we could see guys try to make the night game, or if we should have no games on deadline day. I'll let you stew on that one.
I'm a no game guy.
I kind of like
having
it.
In the movies when things get going and then people have a cigarette after what they just did. I feel like they need a little reset after the trade deadline.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about?
You lost
Something
me.
very special and fun happens. You just need to chill out a little bit afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm into it. JP Crawford walk-off in game 2. Guy used to get mentioned every episode. And now in this deep Seattle Mariners lineup, go look at what Randy Arozarena has done this month. There was some stat, I believe Cal Raleigh and Eugenio Suarez are the first pair of teammates with 35-plus homers heading into at the end of July or whatever the stat is. That again, the Mariners, if you close your eyes and you don't know what that team has been doing offensively for the past couple years, you believe in that. And again, it still might not be their strength to their pitching.
This lineup is good. I think it deserves more credit than people have given it. We talked about the top 7 of this lineup, and I think it was me and Chris probably talked about that. But who does it compete with? Like, is it one of the better, lineups in baseball? Which is like crazy if you're a Mariners fan to like have that said about your lineup. Right. But it is. I mean, they've done a really, really good job. At the trade deadline. Julio's going now. Shout out to him. Everyone wants to tell us we don't give him enough credit. I feel like we talk exactly how we should talk about Julio Rodriguez. But first player in MLB history to go 2020 in his first 4 seasons. So he's getting it going there. JP with an awesome swing there to walk it off. Lefty gets a 2-0 heater and just absolutely crushes that pitch. That was really cool to see. I'm having a tough time putting my finger on like what the Rangers are going to be. This is a tough series for them. They could have taken this series and been ahead of the Mariners in the standings. Instead, they get 3 or 4 taken from them. And I guess if I'm saying that the Royals are going to be in the conversation. Obviously, the Rangers are going to be there as well.
Yeah, and I've got good news for the Rangers. They're about to face the Yankees, so that's good. And yeah, I think these are two really good baseball teams. The energy at this game, you saw Julio at every interaction he was having. Like I pictured myself being a young Mariners fan, and I would hate some of the things I said about Julio earlier this year, but he also has improved. In July, he had his best month. He had an OPS.
Didn't we say that? I mean, that's what typically happens with him. I don't think it's wrong to talk about slow starts.
I agree. Yeah, so OPS in the 8s in July, 3 games in August. But it's... And yeah, where do you sit? The 2020 in the first 4 seasons. No one's ever done it. The guys he tied with for 3 was Bonds and Strawberry, which you're talking about.
It's
kind of crazy, right? Yeah, I've been... I don't know how to fully process that.
I mean, it's amazing. And 2020 is real deal.
Right.
And to be consistent with that, does he have a 30-30 yet?
I don't believe so. Let's double check. 32. Yeah. His second season, 32 homers, 37 stolen bases.
I mean, he's obviously a very, very dynamic player with an extremely high floor that has potential to be like an MVP. Is that what people want to hear? Because that's what he is.
I think so. And I think this was a big year for Julio, which was part of what I've been trying to get across. And it looks like he is now, if the offensive profile continues like this, with everyone else on that team in Seattle and the energy and the defense, which always plays, could be special. Could be special. Jacob deGrom, the fastest to 1,800 strikeouts. That's good.
Not a great start here for him.
No.
Walks 3, gets a 5, but no, he's been phenomenal for them. I mean, definitely has exceeded my expectations for him as a pitcher this year.
And you could say that with every Rangers pitcher, it feels
every
like.
Rangers pitcher. Yeah.
My God, excited.
Kelly has a nice start.
Excited to watch them this week. Let's go on. Trev, anything on your Twins guards? I'm trying to wash the Twins off of me.
No, yeah. The Twins really don't. I mean, the lineups they're putting out, it's a lot of AAA guys, kind of 4A guys getting a shot. That's all you can really think about now. It's still an utter shock in Twins territory. People are very sad watching all of our relievers pitch in other games, seeing Joan Duran's hype music in Philadelphia, which just looked like awesome. There's actually a great article, I think it's in The Athletic, about how that all came to be. Shout out Dustin Morse, who's the
wow.
He's got a big title there. I forget what it is now. But they made this happen. Because it
was part of the trade.
Not really. Not really. But this is something that they cooked up. This is unique to Minnesota. Like, they had a Minnesota DJ come up with that song and mix it all together. They came up with a tarantula because people would call him Durantula. And so Philly was scrambling. They wanted to do this. And Minnesota said, that whole crew said, this is the right thing to do. This is Durant, so he can bring it with him. But go read. I don't want to give the whole article away, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff, which I think is really cool, production wise, about how they got it done in such a short amount of time. And they were scrambling to Bryson Stott gets that go ahead hit for that. We're not in that series yet, but they ran a cameraman down there to watch him warm up and to run in with him. The whole thing was spectacular. I mean, the visuals from that first night for him were awesome, but that was a Dustin Morrison Twins thing, letting that go. So that's the only cool thing about the Twins right now.
So the update from Twinsland is Duran gets the save for the Phillies. That's where
yes, dude. That's what happens when you trade away 40% of your active roster.
I'll tell you something I did like, which Cody Clemens did, Lindor did, a lot of guys around baseball. The RBI bunt was in this weekend.
Haven't I've been saying
this weekend.
I'm ahead of the curve on that one for sure. Guard Dog's still in it for they're going to be there. Jose Ramirez always crushes. Minnesota did it again.
I thought I considered giving him my award because I didn't. Teaser, stay tuned. But Jose Ramirez is doing it again, and I just feel like we haven't talked about him in a month and a half because the Guardians started playing poorly. And I don't know if I've ever seen a player that's just more clockwork than that guy.
17th player with 275 steals and 275 homers in their career, and he's like, he's just like getting started.
5 WAR.
Is he 31?
5 WAR. 32.
32.
Respect on his name. And yeah, just a 910 OPS this year, 150 OPS plus, 32 stolen bases, 23 homers. Like,
Twins down so bad they only had 25 players on their active roster for the first game.
dude, I'm gonna dig into more Jose Ramirez stuff later because he's putting up a generational 8-year run.
He's the man.
He's the man. And what's he listed? 5'8"? I'll check that out.
I like this note. He had a jersey giveaway day. 8 for 16, 4 homers, 10 runs driven in his last 4 promotional giveaway games.
He's for the people.
For the people. Hey, come get my item and watch me ball out. Love that for him.
Yeah, and the beers were
awesome
flowing. The beers were flowing. $2 pregame Miller Lights.
I mean, a quick count on that. That's over 100 beers.
Yeah, I mean, we've got bodies out here, and if the boys are bopping, you get in there 2 hours before game time. If you can each turn that into 4 or 5, that's a lot of beer cans. It's one of those
beer.
What's the new meme like? Show this to the average European mind or something. Actually, the football people would get it, so they'd be fine. But yeah, I don't know. And I knock on wood, unless I missed it, nobody got like hurt or anything, right? Like, we'll get our research on that. Trev, I think the last series we got to hit in the American League. But that dirty water in Boston. They're on full tilt. It just feels, from a Yankees fan perspective, it feels like a horror movie. The Yankees are going into their ways of playing just horrific baseball. And the Boston Red Sox are here, and Lucas Giolito, who I think we're going to hear about more in a little bit. Every time I see Romy Gonzalez, he's hitting a home run. Trevor Story, man, watching some of the defensive plays he made this weekend, looking where his offensive profile is right now in the year. Roman Anthony walk-off, like things, the Red Sox arrow is pointed all the way up. They're firmly cemented in the playoffs as of now, which we couldn't say that a month ago. I don't know. I'm worried.
This team, they've been, okay, I'm not going to say they've been good all year, but they've had the opportunity to be good all year. They lost a bunch of close games early on in the season. They could have buoyed their record. I actually need to look that up. Can you look up, Baba, what their record is in one-run games? I feel like it's not very good, if my memory serves me correctly. But, they're a great, fun team to watch right now. I saw the stat on what their record is since they've traded Devers and what the Giants' record is since they've got Devers. It leans heavily in the Red Sox favor. But they're getting the pitching now. They're getting the starting pitching now. Cooper Criswell with a great start here. We'll talk about Lucas in a little bit. And to get to Framber that way, a little bit self-induced, but also like you don't see Framber have hiccups like that too often. So I don't know what that says about the crowd or the team, but they've been a ton of fun to watch. I think you're totally right. We've talked about like the lineup length there and like their bottom of the lineup getting it done. But Trevor Story doing it at the shortstop position is that puts them into the next level, the next tier of teams, and where they need to be. Because right now, yeah, they look like they are firmly entrenched in the playoffs. They look like an absolute problem there. They're just a ton of fun to watch, man. And unfortunately for Marcelo Meyer, I saw a note that he's looking to have season-ending surgery. So I kind of I saw some Red Sox people talking about like maybe that makes all the pieces fit a little easier now. But you are moving Rafaela, into the infield for the most part, which isn't exactly what you want defensively. But this team's fun, man. They got a lot of good players, a lot of guys that step up from time to time. Rob Refsnyder, Talking Baseball legend, still doing it. They're on the way up, Jake. They're on the way up big time.
15, please.
15 and 21 in one-run games.
15 and 21. Okay,
I think that's better, but
that's better. I think it was worse early on in the season.
And again, they're a part of this, but they also may have caught the Astros at the right time. They've lost 8 out of 10. New Astro Carlos Correa homers for his team. And yeah, that Framber inning from hell was kind of funny. All the stats coming out around that. I don't think he'd given up a 4-run inning in over a year, which that's just kind of mind-blowing. Like, he pitches every 5th day. And he was on a 10-game personal win streak, 10-0 with a 1.84. Like, this guy is normally clockwork. The Sox got to him, and they're rolling. They're rolling.
291 average for Trevor Story since May 28th. 68 runs driven in, tied for 6th in the AL. Oh, God, Framber. Oh, no.
Yeah. It's just...
change his glove. He should have just mid-inning changed his glove.
Look at that. There's Marcelo.
I do want to point out another, if you want to go more like Twins nightmare stuff, Carlos Correa
for
the Houston Astros, now playing third base because
Right.
Jeremy Pena is there, comes out and he said in an article, I wanted to play third base the moment I signed my extension with the Twins.
What's that even mean?
He's like, I need to play third base. That's where I feel like I'm at a point in my career. That's where I should be playing. But the roster construction of the Twins did not allow that. And people in Twins territory are like, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Because, I mean, part of the reason he got all that money was to do it at shortstop for at least a couple more years.
He looked great at shortstop.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite players to watch the position. His footwork was unbelievable there. But, it's just little daggers just coming in. Unbelievable.
Let's keep the daggers rolling into the National League, huh? Got him. That's the old Chris Rose show. In the National League, the Padres, they take 2 out of 3. The only thing that can stop them, San Diego, Michael McGreevy. 100 friends and family in the stands. Seems like a lot, Michael. But a nice game by him. That's the game the Cardinals won. Otherwise, it's Padres not homering this year. The second least homers in the National League, but they still be hitting. And Dylan Cease, I thought he was going to be traded. 5 innings, 1 hit, 0 earned runs. Laureano, welcome to town, 2 for 4 with a homer. I love Jackson Merrill. Can we start talking more Jackson Merrill? The Braves take 2 out of 3 from Reds. Speedway Series, baby. It kicked off with one of the craziest games I've ever seen. 8-run, 8th inning for both teams. Digest that a little bit. Reds, it felt like everything was built up for the comeback. The Braves somehow hold on in the 10th inning. And then they headed to the racetrack, and we're going to talk about that. Rain got in the way significantly. Reds took the second game 3-2. Braves, they end up taking the Eli White game. People will talk about that in Tennessee forever, my friend. Yankees, finally. They faced the Marlins, and they got swept by the better team. I keep forgetting about Friday night's game because the Yankees had a 6-run lead and blew it. The Yankees had a 5-run lead and blew it. All their new acquisitions, the 3 men in the bullpen, Jose Caballero just watches a ball roll under his glove. Yankees lose 13-12, and then they get shut out the next day. Hey, how are you? With 2 of the worst base running plays I've ever seen. The Marlins complete the sweep. Luis Gil is back. Former Yankee trade rumor Edward Cabrera pitches really well against them. Marlins are good. Yankees are not right now. Giants take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. They're getting sick of Trevor Plouffe's stats since the Devers trade. And he had a couple big games, especially in the final game of the series, 3 for 4 with a homa. How about this? The Tang versus Senga in game 2. Sure. That's the game the Mets won. Lindor, one of the bunt guys, dream bunt rotation. He had a big game too. Giants win a series. Hadn't been doing a ton of that. Phillies take 2 out of 3, including a 2-0. Christopher Sanchez, 7 feet 2 inches tall, barely needed any pitches for 8 innings shutout. And there is some debate. Do they give it to the new closer? There was no debate. They do, and he shuts them down. Some great defensive highlights on the field. The talent on this field. Scooble Wheeler, game 2. Boogity, boogity, boogity. NASCAR. Phillies take 2 out of 3. The Pirates and the Colorado Rockies played, and if you watch, you got entertainment, people. 17-6 in game 1. The Rockies come back. I think they were down 9-0. They come back. Brenton Doyle hits the walk-off. You can't script it. We had a game with 3 straight homers for the Rockies and another one. And we had O'Neal Cruz with one of the best throws you'll see from an outfielder to third base. Rockies take 2 out of 3. Do you care? The Chicago Cubbies, they take 2 out of 3 from the Baltimore Orioles, including a Justin Turner walk-off. 40 years old, long hair with a bald spot and a headband. It's just a beautiful thing what he is doing. They also won the first game in a 1-0 shut piece. Trevor Rogers pitched good, but wasn't good enough on that day. Cubbies take 2 out of 3, as they should, over the Orioles. But the problem for them, the best Western Road Warriors are your Milwaukee Brewers. They sweep the Washington Nationals. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. They set a club record with 56 hits in a 3-game series. Tied for the 3rd most runs scored in a 3-game series in franchise history with 38 runs. And people, we've got pocket pancakes with our manager. Yeah. Those are your best Western Road Warriors. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at bestwestern.com. That's what happened in the NL.
Pocket pancakes.
Pocket pancakes.
I texted you as soon as I saw that.
You texted me something else, too, as soon as you saw it. We'll see if that comes up later in the episode.
Oh, we should talk about that.
We should talk about that.
I'm fine with it, yeah.
Okay. Why don't
Winning on and off the field. It's okay.
Why don't you give them the standings?
That's what you're supposed to. I got the standings, Pop, in the National League. Let's start in the Central with the Brewers. They deserve it.
Best team.
67-44. They're 7-3 in their last 10. 119 run differential is the best in baseball. It is the best in baseball. Good for them. These Brewers can't hit, though. Yeah, they can.
Hey, you know when it's okay to have pocket pancakes? When you're the best team in baseball.
Do you remember when he was yelling at everybody at the beginning of the year? If someone had a pocket pancake at the beginning of the year, Pat Murphy would have killed him.
Could you imagine if Aaron Boone busted out a pocket pancake right now?
He's busting out melatonin because he wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Forget about everything.
Oh, God.
The Brewers are 67-44, 2 games ahead of those Cubs, 65-46 for them. The Reds, 9.5 games back, 58-54. The Cardinals, 1 game under 5, 56-57. And the Pirates, 48-64. We'll go out east, where the Phillies have a half-game lead over the Mets, 63-48. The Mets, 63-49. The Marlins at 500 for the first time since April 18th. Do I have that right? April 15th. They were 8-8 on that day. They've been playing awesome baseball as of late. We'll talk about them a little bit more. Jake can, just cry a little bit. 55-55 for them. The Braves, 47-63, and the Nats, 44-67. What did I miss? The West. The NL West. The Dodgers, 65-47, kind of playing just like mid baseball as of late, but I think they're okay with that. They're 3 games up on the Padres. Got to watch out for them though. 62-50. The Giants fall to 56-56. Actually, they got back to 500. They went under 500 for a day. They're 9 games back. The Diamondbacks 53-59, and the Rockies 30-81. Now in the wild card, I do agree that this kind of seems firmly set. The only team that really can make a run, I believe, is the Reds. The Cubs have that first spot in the wild card right now, 3.5 games up. The Mets have the second wild card spot, and then the Padres hanging on there to the third one. As I mentioned, the Reds 4 games back. The Giants at 500 and the Marlins at 500, both 6 games back, so I will mention them. Hopefully, I would love to see this become more of a race. But right now, it seems like the Reds will be the only team threatening the Padres or whoever's in the last part of that wild card race, and that's the standings in the National League.
Beauty. Yeah, I'm going to start. This isn't random because it's obviously everything we're talking about. It is interesting. Is this a fantastic parity season? Like there's 12 teams with 60 wins. The Brewers are the high team with 67. That like I haven't found the right ways to phrase it or chop it up yet, but I don't know, 12 teams all within a similar distance to the best. I guess there's just not a juggernaut team, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Like a team that's clearly better than everybody else. I don't think there is one. And there's a bunch of teams doing it in different ways. A lot of the Brewers at the top, what they do with their defense and their base running, and now they just absolutely rake. Apparently, just found that button, pressing that a lot. I agree. Yeah, I still think when the Dodgers get fully healthy, they could be that team. And they're kind of trending that way. The bullpens, maybe not. I want to say the Dodgers. I want to give them credit, but they just haven't been playing that way this season.
I mean, the San Diego Padres are currently playing better than them. They are winners of 7 out of 8. Crone Zone and Laureano.
Yeah.
In that final game. I like that a lot. Luis Ariz with a 16-game hit streak. Dylan Cease with a good start. Adam, Estrada, Morgan in the bullpen with Suarez. Like, it's been
Mason Miller.
And Mason Miller makes his debut for this team. They're
awesome to watch. They're one of my favorite teams, to watch play in all of baseball. And they got better at the deadline. Pivetta with an incredible start. Again, he's been like probably the pickup of the offseason, if not the best, one of the best pickups. Goes 7 innings pitched. The only blemish is a Contreras homer. But yeah, the Padres look really good because they also, we say this a lot and it kind of, gets washed down a little bit, but they can beat you in multiple ways, man.
Yes.
Like you mentioned they don't have pop, but they could do it. They could all of a sudden slug, no doubt about it. They have the guys to do that. But I think it might serve them well not hitting as many homers this year and finding ways to score runs without that. Now, do you want it to turn on once the playoffs come around? Sure, but would you be surprised if it did? With the guys they have in their lineup? I wouldn't be.
No, I think your reputation precedes you a little bit. And like if I see Tatis or Machado or Merrill up in a playoff at bat, there's a threat of them homering.
Yeah. Ryan O'Hearn makes his debut. I think he walked in his first at bat. No, they addressed their needs at the deadline. Obviously, one of the winners, and they end up taking 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals, who are an interesting team to watch. Like I said, they're still very, very much in the hunt. Talk about Mason Wynn, the year he's having, winning on and off the field, as we like to say. And there's Laureano.
Are they?
It's the homer.
That's yard call for Laser Ramon. I guess we should address Mason Wynn. Are they baseball's new couple? Are they coming for like Paul and Livy?
No, I don't think they have the. I don't know anything about it, but I don't think they have the star power just yet.
Because I think she's on a TV show or something. If you don't know, Mason Wynn is hard launched with his girlfriend, and I don't know. I think they're climbing the baseball couple pantheon. Yeah.
Do you think me and Liv are still on the rankings list?
You guys are the number 1 baseball media couple.
I'm getting old, bro.
Actually, I don't know.
I can't compete with these guys.
I don't know.
Where to realize that?
We'll get those rankings at the end of the year. San Diego, go sneak up on LA. Let's make that fun again.
I honestly would love that. I would love that. And they are. They're 3 games back?
Yes. Trev, I think we're talking some Speedway Series later, but I want to know, I guess, some initial thoughts, or maybe we just talk about that first insane game where there was 2 8-run innings in the same inning.
Yeah, I do want to talk. I'm going to get into the Speedway Series and all my thoughts about it later in the show. But it's a really tough one to swallow if you're the Reds, as you give up an 8 spot, then you come back and tie the game, and then you give up 1 run in extra innings, and then you can't score. You have Ellie De La Cruz on second base, and he just makes a boneheaded base running play. You know, a backhand ball to the shortstop end up getting thrown out, or trying to run to third base. You got to just wait for the guy to throw that ball. It's either going to be first and second with nobody outs, or it's going to be Ellie De La Cruz on third base with 1 out if he just waits for the throw across the diamond. Instead, he takes off, and then it was bad for them. That's got to feel horrible to come back all the way like that and then lose the game because just a bad base running play by a guy who doesn't even need to make good base running plays. Just make the easy read. You're so fast. Sorry, Ellie. I don't know.
It's okay.
It got me. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, and just, I think we're in the part of the season where teams are looking for a moment to get that final hot streak to cement themselves in the playoffs. And if the Reds had come back from that 8-run rally, I think Reds fans would be like, here we go. It's time. Let's reel off 7 in a row and get back in the mix. Appreciate the Braves on Speedway weekend making Hurston Waldrop the bulk guy, because that's a NASCAR name. Replaced Austin Cox. That you could just tell me those are NASCAR drivers.
There was a couple names. The Brewers just brought up a guy. Was it Logan Henderson?
Logan Henderson, yeah.
Generic guy they just made up in a lab.
Right.
He's been absolutely filthy.
Fantastic.
His entire big league career, but he just can't break that rotation.
Yeah.
Attaboy. We'll get into that.
Attaboy.
Key Brian Hayes, homer.
Yeah.
Pull the ball in the air. And you're going to be a 7-WAR player.
Yeah. Used to be a featured player on this episode, on this show.
He just got to hit a little bit. He's got the worst, I believe it's the worst OPS of any qualified hitter in the big league. So it was before the trade. Maybe the homer got him above, but he's one of the worst qualified hitters in the big leagues.
575 OPS coming off of 573 last year. So, hey, he hit a home run. Maybe a little change of scenery for him. And again, we're going to talk a little more Speedway series on the whole coming up. Oh, here's what I'll say. Kyle Stowers is an amazing baseball player.
Yeah, holy crap.
Talk
about trading away the wrong guy, Orioles.
The Marlins are playing awesome baseball. Every guy in their lineup is a threat to their own degree. They called up a rookie, Jacob Marcy, who looked like a 10-year MLB vet, walked 3 times in his first game. Think about all those first game jitters, and I want to get that hit. He didn't care. The Marlins looked fantastic. They're winning a lot of ball games, and the Yankees are doing the exact opposite of that.
The Marlins have been on fire, for a long time. And I think it's a shame. We've talked about them a little bit, probably not enough, as they kind of buried themselves early on in the season. But here they are at 500. Their pitching staff has been unbelievable, especially their starting rotation as of late. They got some young, exciting hitters. We talked about Stowers a ton. Again, when you have a plethora, a strength of a position, like the Orioles kind of had, a bunch of position players, logjam, want to trade some away, and you pick the wrong one to give away, or I don't know. I don't know what happened there. He made a swing adjustment, and here he is looking like an absolute steal for the Marlins. You got to be happy for them. Agustin Ramirez, you have to feel good for him playing against his former organization. How about that walk-off? It traveled 6 feet, dude. What are you going to do, Jake? You can't do anything about that. Other stuff that we should probably get into, you can prevent. That's nothing you can do about that one right there.
Yeah, if you guys have no idea about how bad it is for the Yankees, Jazz got thrown out infield pop-up, and he's trying to deke Xavier Edwards, and Xavier Edwards just catches the ball and throws to first base and doubles him up, which is just
deke him how? Okay, I get what he was saying. Which by the way, I'm gonna say right now, that is masterclass by Jazz, figuring out a way to say anything but I fucked up. Like that is great. Like it's probably what makes him a Major League Baseball player is that kind of mentality, the thought process he has right there. But to find a way to say that you wouldn't do anything different in that situation it's next level.
It's a problem.
It's crazy, bro.
Problem.
He said he thought he was going to drop the ball, so he was going to beat him to second base.
It's insane.
What are we doing?
It's insane. And then, in the first inning of that game, it doesn't even go noticed. The beat writers were saying, these are like professional people who write for a living. They said it was one of the worst sends they've ever seen. Stanton, who hits the ball harder than any person who's ever played this game, hit a line drive to left field. And Kyle Stowers threw out Trent Grisham by a country mile. And that's before you get to everyone in the bullpen getting rocked. That's before Jose Caballero just lets a ball roll under his glove. In a 12-10 game in the ninth inning, Marlins 30-14 in their last 44, I believe. So they are playing a great brand of baseball. I recommend you watch the Marlins. Here's my guy, Caballero. Welcome to the team. Hello. Want to see a magic trick?
Every single one of your trade deadline acquisitions just absolutely dropped the ball on Friday night. And like I said, look, that's kind of funny if you really think about it.
Right. Right. I think we're all thinking about it.
Go Marlins, go Fish.
Go Marlins, go Fish.
I'm reading Fish on First every day now. Make sure I'm up to speed with everything.
I love that. I've seen some of their tweets now because you've made my eyes notice it more. Trev, what do you want in Mets Giants? Like you mentioned, the Giants have kind of exited the chat for a little bit. They win this series while the Mets, have maintained where they've been throughout the season. That I don't know how much I have to add on this individual series.
I'm happy for Dom Smith. I always like revenge.
Yeah,
gets the go-ahead knock in the 10th there. That was a lot of fun. Pete Alonso still doing his thing. I mentioned on Chris Rose that I watched a Meat Eater episode with Pete Alonso where he shot a deer right in the heart.
Wow.
So it's cool to see him. And he's just
what are you watching? Meat
Eater?
Don't
worry about it. The algorithm got me, dude. It got me on Netflix. Never would have even known what that show is.
Pete Alonso was on an episode of Meat Eater and you were watching?
Yeah. It's like a hunting show. And I don't even hunt. But they cook the food afterwards, so I like that aspect of it. And then I'm like, it's an easy watch. Like one of those things you just put on, you don't even think about it. I don't want to think about a plot line or anything.
I get tripped up I'd say once a month on Instagram. I get these videos of this person that goes out to by a creek. Oh my God.
He nailed him too. I mean, it was like they set him up with like one of the easier hunts that I've seen on this show. Like he wasn't backpacking through the Alaskan wilderness. This was like at what do they call it? Like a contained farm of deer.
Once a month I get in my Insta algorithm this person that goes to like a creek and they cook on a rock, but they make like a delicious meal. Like it looks like it's so much work, and that's why I watch, because I've never put that much work into one meal, and they're just like, this is casually how you cook if you're in the wild. Like, no, you have like a stone oven. Mets, wash it. Where are they at in the standings? Half game back. Okay.
Healthy, nice debut for them. He strikes out the side in his debut, which is really cool to see. I like seeing all the new relievers come in, like how rejuvenated they all look and feel, and they get that extra burst of adrenaline. It's a lot of fun to watch.
So funny, and it's dumb, and it's funny being a baseball fan because it turns into instant conclusion times. Like, okay, how's Helsley going to look for us? All right, what's Rogers got? And a reminder, every Yankee reliever gave up runs their first time.
Yeah, Tyler Rogers did a nice job in his debut for them as well. 1 hit, no runs, in a scoreless 7. So shout out Tyler as well.
Fantastic. Trev, some of the best baseball played this weekend was in Philadelphia. The Detroit Tigers and Phillies. I thought about tweeting, wow, World Series preview on ESPN right now, but I just couldn't deal with it.
That's a horrible tweet.
I didn't want to deal with the internet at that point.
That is yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, but Trev, here I am, a simple man, having watched some of the worst baseball a team could play from the New York Yankees. I put on Phillies Tigers to wash it off. Here's Charlie Morton slinging 3,200 RPM curveballs and looking nasty. Here's Chris Sanchez, 8'4", just mowing people down.
Possible Cy Young winner.
Riley Green with the diving catches. Edmundo Sosa's throw from third to home. Was it?
Yeah.
Trey Turner was putting on a show. I was like, this is what I just watched. Felt like watching Meat Eater, and this looked like what I was told professional baseball is supposed to look like.
It was a great series, and it is so fun to watch. When these two teams are playing well, I mean, they're electric. This is another one of those reliever games. Talked about Duran's entrance and all that stuff. He actually has 2 saves. The first one, 4 pitches. They said his walkout entrance took longer than the inning, which is amazing. Then in that last game, preserves the 2-0 lead. And it's just, it's your team's down bad, Jake,
Sure.
but you guys are in a playoff spot still.
Long season, August.
My team is out like forever. And so, yeah, watching this it hurts a little bit, man. Like, yeah, you're right. These are 2 absolute, World Series, what do you call that? Like front runners to be in the World Series. They're there, amongst other teams as well. And it just kind of makes I'm jealous.
Yeah. The Schwarber home run.
Sneaky Phillies fan too. Do I need to just bring
You can be a
they're my
Phillies
National League
fan.
team.
Yeah.
They're my National League team.
You and Shelfie.
I'm allowed to have that now.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
No one.
Any Minnesota Twins fan, if you're out there, just know you can have your second team.
I think all Twins fans should start rooting for the Phillies. Like there's
a lot of Twins on the team.
Just start showing up in Phillies.
Harrison Bader like slapped fucking Duran's ass after the game. I'm like, God.
This episode of Meat Eater. Trev, I have some Brewers stuff for later, so I'll let you go for a minute. I mean, they just destroyed the Nationals.
No, I mean, game 1, 25 hits. Is that what it was? Every single starter had a knock. I think they've done that multiple times this year. Chiriot goes down, and they just have their best offensive series of the year. They look unstoppable right now. You could say it's against the Nationals all you want. I don't give a shit. Like what they're doing. Chiriot, they lose Chiriot and they lose Mizorowski, and then they have a series like this. Like that's straight up unbelievable. And again, I mentioned Logan Henderson coming up. Look at his stats through like 5 career starts. He's got like a 1 ERA, and he just is another guy in the heat pile for them. So Waco, Texas, an oil guy. I think Waco has oil. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's one of the bigger oil places. Baylor, Sikkim, go Bears. And I think they're famous. Well, now they've got Magnolia, Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Oh, I love Chip and Joanna.
Awesome.
Gaines.
Can we get Chip on the show? That might be you, me, and Rob's like biggest Venn diagram middle.
Chip
Gaines.
Guy Fieri. That's our Super Bowl.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have a pancake in there, a slice of pizza. Excuse me? Doesn't matter when you're the best team in baseball.
And Christian Yelich is just going off. And oh my gosh. Bryce Terang. Andrew Vaughn. Have we talked enough Andrew Vaughn on this pod?
I don't know.
One dotting it since coming over. Looks like a completely different person.
Young Andrew Vaughn reminded me of Josh Donaldson. He didn't play like him, and now he is. And is that Pat Murphy? Is that Pancakes?
Hunter Goodman is young Josh Donaldson. I told you that.
Are there just 2 horrific organizations in Major League Baseball, and you need to get away from them?
Possibly 3.
Name them
Shout
below.
out to Whitaker for being just an absolute stud.
Yeah, crush that. I mean, she's talking to a man who's got a pancake, and she took a bite of it. Credit to her.
What kind of pancake you think it was?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you're not in the pancake game yet, but a guy with kids, you understand the pancake game. Was it a Bisquick? Was it those protein pancakes? Did you throw little blueberries or chocolate chips in them?
I mean, wasn't part of the quote that he just walks by like the hotel bar?
Yeah, he just swipes him out of the hotel. He swipes that and pizza out of like random
The
pizza
hotel.
boxes.
What does that even mean?
Then he just puts them in his
They
pocket.
don't stay at a hotel that has a buffet in the morning.
Don't
This isn't,
question Pat Murphy.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I'd
no
say.
offense to those hotels. I stay at those hotels,
Right.
but they're not staying there.
Pat Murphy might be different.
Could be the room service as he's walking by. You know, people just leave.
He's stealing
Yes.
room service leftover pancakes.
He's
Is that what
stealing-
we're doing?
He's definitely stealing room service leftover pizza. He said that in a post-game interview.
That's insane.
yeah.
I had a guy do that actually. JP Martinez pitching. This is a true story. Pitching coach of the San Francisco Giants. We're in A ball, high A. We're in Clearwater, Florida. We went out one night and there was a box of pizza sitting on top of the trash can. And he looked at it and said, "Oh, it doesn't look too bad," and took a slice and ate it. I lost a little respect for him that day.
I used to be a busboy during my college years, and I had to have some interesting conversations with myself because I don't know.
Yo, didn't even touch this food.
It's college years, right? Like that is clearly uneaten. I never did it. I was pretty proud of myself. There's a lot of low moments, and I never did it. Trev, Pirates rocks. I'm good.
Shout out Rock. Shout out Brenton Doyle. They do have some fun hitters on that team. I'm telling you. Everything else not so fun for them. Shout out Kutch. Another homer at Coors Field. Good for him. And then Baltimore, Chicago. Yeah, I don't have much on it. I mean, our guy Ian Happ. He has the RBI in the first game, right? Yep, sack fly. Let me tell you something. I was in Chicago this weekend. Almost went to the game on Sunday, but ended up staying with Olivia's family instead. Cubs jerseys everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It was insane. Like people you would never think, like just look at them, you would have a Cubs jersey on. They did. A lot of Pete Crow Armstrong jerseys. And then the whole thing with Ryan Sandberg, man, if like you've been following it all, you know, he passes away. And I honestly haven't seen something like that where, I mean, the stuff that's being said about him is really, really cool to see because he was a really awesome person. Great player, too. Go check out the Baseball Reference page. But that was, you know, them wearing the 23 jerseys was really, really cool. I don't know. It kind of got me a little bit, and I'm happy they won the series.
23 jerseys were very cool. Matthew Boyd with another 7-inning shut is insane. Willie Castro, where did he?
Yeah, he looked good too. Palencia gives it up, and then Turner hits the homer, and that was that awesome picture of Palencia giving the big hug to him. Like that's what baseball's all about, man.
They and the Turner walk off that I talked about. There was a cool behind home plate camera shot with just crowd audio. And from the pop of the crowd from the initial hit, because they think it's a home run, the pop of the crowd when it's officially a home run, and then when it's Go Cubs Go time, that place has been waiting for really good baseball for a while, and they are getting it. God, they need Milwaukee to chill out.
Shout out my Egyptian family. They a couple of them
out.
telling me they listen to the pod frequently, which is, whenever I get that, I'm like, oh man, okay.
Right.
But I'm still huge with the Egyptians. Love that for me. A lot of Habibis.
That's good.
Out there, yeah.
Okay. I think I'm not big in Egypt. I think I'm out.
I think you are because you were with me.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Friend of the family. Let's keep it moving.
It's time for Standout Performances.
Standout performances.
This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
Standout Performances is brought to you by Skims. Don't skims through this show. Don't skims through life. Take care of your underwear with Skims. The brand known for revolutionizing shapewear has now launched a line of men's underwear that's about to change your daily routine. Three distinct fabric blends, each designed with your needs in mind. Cotton blend provides long-lasting comfort for everyday wear, while the Stretch fabric gives you that perfect fit that moves with you. If you're a fitness enthusiast, the Sport fabric wicks away sweat and offers light compression for your workouts. Shop Skims, the official underwear partner of the NBA, the WNBA, and USA Basketball at skims.com. Let them know we sent you. After you place your order, select podcast in the survey. Select our show in the drop-down menu that follows Skims. Trev, where are you going?
I am going with my good buddy Lucas Giolito. We mentioned him already on the pod, talking about giving up the early homer to Carlos Correa, but then he settled down. He ends up going 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, and it's more of the same from him as of late. He's been absolutely incredible. I didn't even know he's been this good. He had a blow-up start on June 4th against the Angels, went 1 2/3, 7 earned runs. Bad. It brought his ERA all the way up to 6.42, Jake. That's not good. Since that day, 10 games started, 14 earned runs and 62 innings pitched to the tune of a 2.03 ERA. So he's really turned it on. We kind of talked about Boston not adding an impact starting pitcher, which we thought they might do. But when you got a guy like Giolito pitching this way, maybe you don't have to. So shout out Lucas. Again, I love the fact that you settled down after that, but he's been phenomenal. And again, I didn't know the stats were this good in his last 10 starts.
It's a baseball journey is never linear. Whether it's injuries or something clicks or something's not working this year, or the game has a certain amount of luck factor to it. Some years a guy turns on a 2-0 fastball and it hits the pole. Other times it's a foot foul and you just got to strike that. I'm happy for Lucas Giolito, the person a friend of Rob Scirocco, who produces a show, OG Chris Rose rotation, Lucas Giolito, and one of your Cali guys. He's been awesome. And man, you start talking Red Sox playoffs, Crochet and Giolito is a pretty nice 1-2. Can Buehler find it? Because I know what that guy just tends to do in Octobers. Or they've got Bayo there. Can they tap into Dustin May? They've added guys like Matz and Hicks to their bullpen. That
May didn't make his appearance over the weekend, did he?
I don't believe so. He's supposed to start Wednesday.
Okay.
He's supposed to start Wednesday. So not having a banner year, but sometimes a change of scenery.
Bayo's got a 3.1 on the year.
Right? Right.
People, Red Sox fans obviously thought they were going to get Joe Ryan for a second, but they ended up getting Dustin May. And I don't think they're that excited about it. I think they should be. This guy, the stuff he has is incredible. He could end up being your Nathan Eovaldi of 2017.
And I think the bigger thing that it feels like every baseball season feels like 6 seasons. That I don't know if you snapped your fingers and you woke up today from the start of the season where we're like, hey, the Red Sox got a chance to be good this year, and you saw where they were, you'd be like, holy smokes, the Blue Jays, huh? But then you'd be like, all right, yeah, this is kind of what I thought these Red Sox could be, and now they're here
in the East, man. They have the players to do it.
They sure do. That's great. Well done, Trevor. Well done. I'm going. Someone caught my eye, Trevor Plouffe.
Okay.
Because the other thing about this beautiful 6 seasons in 1 season sport is you can be not good, or you could be young, or you could be new. If the light bulb goes off in September, you can then be the biggest threat on the team. I don't know where this lands, but I saw something new in Seattle. Cole Young. I saw that man turn on a baseball. Originally listed 470, and I was like, I don't know about that Cole Young. I think listed 5'10", 5'11". He's kind of taken over at second base for the Seattle Mariners. A legit top 50 prospect. Do with that what you want. But my goodness, this is second deck at T-Mobile. And I don't know. I don't know what that means. I just know we've come out of postseasons where we've seen Evan Carter be an impact piece. Remember when Shane McClanahan got pulled up by Tampa and was like, hey, here's a postseason start? It's like, what? Young guys are going to turn a corner in these next couple months, or they're just going to get an opportunity. I'm interested to see where Cole Young lands in that. I mean, right now they're basically asking him to bat last and play second base, which amongst that lineup is a fine place to be. Originally listed 473, 470. They changed it to 456, which I don't know. I didn't know we were doing that with homers. Either way, young Cole Young started out with a 1 for 21 to start his career. Since June 7th, he's had like a 113 weighted runs created plus. Like he's been a plus hitter that for everything for this Seattle lineup. That's something that's also different. I like the way he plays. We just saw an aggressive slide there. Like you need that.
I thought they might look for like a external upgrade at second base, but he's played a lot better as of late. I'd love to see the young guy go on a run and do it. And when you're surrounded by the lineup that he has, a lot of pressure is taken off of you, and you can kind of just go be yourself. And for them, I think it's like, hey, strap up at second base, make the routine play, and try to turn the lineup over whenever you can. I don't expect as much out of him as maybe you do, but I would love to see it happen.
Well, it's a perfect opportunity. Like bat last, play second. We've seen him make some nice defensive plays. We've seen him have nice moments. When you're not getting relied on, that can take the pressure off. Trev, first round pick from Pittsburgh, 22 years old.
Just turned 22.
Yeah.
I'm in. I like him as a player. I just,
Hey, and this is I don't want to say the beauty of it is I just hyped him up, but 450, hello. Again, a lot of season he could slump the final 2 weeks of the season, and they could put out a Mastroboni or Dylan Moore or something else. So there's still a lot of baseball to be played, but is it crazy to think that a top 50 first round pick prospect could come up and absolutely flip the lineup for them and make some plays defensively? Yeah, he's got a little. Yeah.
I'll put some lead in your pencil. Last 28 games, 391 OBP because 11 walks to 7 strikeouts.
Flip that lineup. Okay, there was a lot. Trev, oh my God. The potential standouts this week. But luckily, a lot of these guys end up on En Fuego.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
En Fuego is brought to you by Corona, the official cerveza of Talkin' Baseball.
We'll start out in Colorado with who? Warming Bernabel.
Yes.
7 for 14, a homer, a triple, 2 doubles, and 5 runs driven in that series. We talked about Freddie Freeman, what he's been able to do as of late. The Dodgers desperately need him to be this guy. 7 for 13, the homer, 2 doubles, and 4 runs driven in. Again, another Augustin Ramirez mention. The guy can hit. 4 for 12. 2 of those hits were homers in that second game, I believe, of the series. The Marlins won 2-0. 2 solo shots from him. Spencer Horwitz in Pittsburgh. He hits 2 home runs in the series, has 7 runs driven in. Attaboy, Spence.
Yeah.
That was in Colorado. Bryce Terang. Another Terang, Milwaukee mentioned 5 for 11, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in against the Nats. More Rockies. Jordan Beck. You like him. Kind of sneaky hot boy.
Oh, yeah. I'm in on Jordan Beck.
Like a bad boy. Got tats, right? I believe.
Oh.
5 for 14, 2 homers, 6 runs driven. I'm not a tat guy. I wish I never got a tattoo, but that's just me. Yeah, I'm out on him. Jung-Hoo Lee, my guy, 7 for 14, 3 doubles, 4 runs, and a stolen base in the series there. Good to see him getting it going there. Jose Ramirez, holy shnight, he could be for the whole year on this list. He hits 2 homers and drives in 5 runs and walks 3 times because he's playing my Twins, and that's just what he does against them. And then for the week, there's only one guy that we need to talk about here, Jake, and that is Andrew. We mentioned him in passing, how good he's been. For the week, 13 for 33, 3 homers, a double, and 11 runs driven in for the 1.2. He is doing a little bit extra, just like our Corona friends. So shout out Andrew Vaughn, and that's using Fuego.
I'm trying to get this Jordan Beck tattoo because it looked like it had the word Beck on it. And what is that? Is that a picture of a phone? Is that a picture of him? Is that a World Series ring?
Oh my gosh.
Jordan
That's a
Beck.
baseball team. There we go.
Holy smokes.
Is that a Tennessee?
Looks
It's
like
got to be a
a college
Tennessee.
ring.
That's a
Yeah.
Tennessee
World
ring. Yeah.
Series.
That's kind of cool. That's a
What's that?
That's a bridge. It looks like. That's young Jordan Beck, I'm assuming.
Is that like an AI imposed image? Because this is one of the best tattoos I've ever seen. As far as like image quality.
Like, did Jordan Beck write his life story on his left arm?
I don't know.
Okay, there's some seams on there. Where's he from originally? High school in Alabama, school at Tennessee. Nickname Mike Honcho. I like that. I watched some Talladega Nights over the weekend because I'm middle-aged. Trev, well done. Impressive stuff, per usual. Let's get the guys who are struggling.
Hey man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up.
Batters who are struggling, I'll be high and tight, and I'm just going to hit you with the straight stats on it. Austin Riley, 4 for 37. Yikes. Dane Myers, 4 for 42. Some of these are digging deep since the All-Star break. Cam Smith is 6 for 53. Peter Alonso, 7 for 55. You might have saw him on Meat Hunter. Lawrence Butler, 5 for 57. James Wood in a 7 for 55. Again, that's where sometimes this can be unifying, that these guys can get out of it. Gavin Sheets in a 5 for 40. Carlos Narvaez, one-ups him, 5 for 41. And Zach McKinstry, 5 for 40. These guys are struggling out of the All-Star break. Leave it in June. Make August your month. We're going to see you guys on Fuego soon. The IL, we've got a lot of updates, including a double dip in Milwaukee. Mizorowski goes on the 15-day IL, left tibia contusion. Jackson Chourio, 10-day IL with a right hammy. George Springer for Toronto, who's been so good. 7-day concussion protocol. Kirby Yates, a lower back for the Dodgers. Evan Carter, shown him out a lot. Back spasms of his own. Arenado and Aranda, similar letters. Right shoulder for Nolan. Fractured left wrist from Aranda. That was tough running into Stanton. Miguel Vargas, Senzatella, Jonathan Loaizaga. Here's where we start to pick things up. And there's a heavy list here, which I like. Guys returning from the IL. Max Muncy expected to be activated off the IL this week. We love that. A little thick. Spencer Arrighetti expected to return this week against the Marlins. Be careful, pal. I've seen what they do. Ryan Mountcastle for Baltimore expected to come back versus the Phillies. Cade Povich. Remember the Max Fried doppelganger out there? Supposed to start against Philly. Nestor Cortez in San Diego. Do you remember that trade? He's coming off the IL this week. Alejandro Kirk, our short king. Luis Gil for the Yankees, involved in the mess this weekend. Rookie of the year. Snell's back. The Nightmare Bailey Ober. Hope in Minnesota. Lars Nootbaar. Jeremy Pena for Houston. Nolan Gorman and Ha-Sung Kim. Ha-Sung Kim. He's back for Tampa. And speaking of short kings, Dalton Varsho. Get ready for the fucking show. Toronto getting some reinforcements. Let's start off everyone's week the right way.
Awards!
Doesn't get better than Kelsey. The DraftKings Sportsbook is trying to get you in there, baseball fans, because today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings. All-Star breaks in the past, the deadlines in the past. It's playoff chase season. It's time to start scoreboard watching. Maybe check out another team. Have I been watching a lot of Toronto lately? Yes. Do I need to now watch Toronto and Boston? Yes. Will I probably have to start watching Tampa? Every game is packed with more and more drama. New customers who bet just $5 get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Boom. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code JMBaseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Trev?
I am going to give the Come Here Son award.
Wow.
When you're a father and you have a son, or I mean a daughter, but I'm going to go, talking to Teddy, he's getting a little bit older now. He's 10 years old. He's starting to see the world a little bit differently. Like he's understanding a lot of things going on. And so my thought process on parenting is, one, be a good example. Be the guy that you want him to be, and then explain to him hey, here's what you could do better than dad. I want you to be better than me. And I think he already is. Just the coolest personality of anyone I've ever met. He gets it, which is really, really fun to see. For instance, his birthday party, he said, "I don't want any presents, Dad. Tell everyone, do not bring me any presents." He got presents anyway.
Right.
But the thought process, a 10-year-old saying that's pretty crazy. But one of the main lessons I teach him, number one, baseball is great for that. So I tell him all the time, you're going to fail a lot in life. And the people who are successful are the people that can handle failure and learn from it and can take the next step. It's okay.
Right.
And that's why baseball is so great. Offensively, you struggle all the time. You're going to go hitless. You're going to strike out, man. It's how do you handle that? And life is going to be that way for you too. No doubt about it, man. I was so down bad in 2008 when everything crashed. I'm in the minor leagues. I see all my money going away. It was so bad, Jake, that I my hair started to get so curly from the stress.
Wow.
I swear to God,
Wow.
It was crazy. Anyways, that's a weird tidbit to throw in there. But one of the lessons I always tell them is anyone can be a good person when things are going well. Your true character gets really, your true character really comes out when things are going poorly. How do you act when things are going poorly? That is when you need to be at your best. You need to really lock it in and understand what's going on and just make adjustments. Like I said, that's a baseball saying too. Anyone can be a good teammate when you're raking, but how are you when you're struggling? Are you the guy that mopes on the bench? Are you the guy that's throwing his shit all over the place? Are you bringing everyone else down to with you? Misery loves company type thing. You can't be that way. So that's one of the things I always tell him, try to be your best when things are going bad. For Major League Baseball, I think that's a warranted lesson right now. The Speedway Classic. Now, I think it was a brilliant, brilliant idea. Going into Bristol, 85,000 tickets sold, highest selling game ever in MLB history. They build this stadium in the middle of a fucking racetrack. The cars going around, the home run car. There's so many good things there. This visual alone was almost worth it. Seeing it all come into fruition, a huge operation. And it starts out, looks like this and everything's good. And then it all went to shit. And some things they couldn't control. The rain comes in and, everyone drives in. I mean, this is if Bristol is in the middle of nowhere, dude.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere. When I played in the Appalachian League, my first year, we drove by it, on our way to somewhere else. I think there's a team in Bristol, I believe. But you could just, the vastness of the surrounding area, there's just nothing around it. So people are driving into this game. Mother Nature doesn't help out, obviously. But then there was a lot of talk about the concession stands running out of food and them not being able to handle a crowd of that size. The lines were out of control. People were, it was like the Fire Fest. People were sending pictures of bunless hot dogs and nachos, chips with no nacho cheese. And at the end, they sold out of all concessions before the anthem even started. There was only beer and peanuts left. It was just an absolute shit show. Getting in and out was crazy. They had to start the game the next day. So it went from this awesome visual to the next day on Sunday when they had to play it. A quarter of the people were there. So it ended up looking bad. And it just wasn't what Major League Baseball expected it to be. Some things in their control, they mishandled. Some things out of their control. But my lesson to them, my words of wisdom are keep trying. This shit is what they should be doing. The Field of Dreams game was great. This was a great idea. The execution maybe didn't get there, but like we got some moments out of it. I think if you were there, you probably weren't too happy with the situation. But if you kind of take like a macro view of it, I'm like, okay, this is what you need to be doing. This gets new eyes on the sport. So my lesson to them is continue to try. Like I was going to say the Tyler Stevenson gear was awesome. Like this is what we need to continue to do as a sport. These big showcase games are really fun. I don't think it takes away from the season. Like it's not like ruining competitive integrity or anything like that. The jerseys were awesome. Everything was great about this, except for some of the execution. Continue to do this. I don't know what the next step is. What the next big one should be, but we should be the league that takes chances like that. And I hope this doesn't deter them from continuing to do this. That's my award.
Beautiful. I mean, it felt like you were all teaching us life lessons for the first half of that. And then, I think baseball is all in on these. And I think part of what's throwing everyone else, the weather stunk and you just can't control that. And that's life sometimes. The concession stuff is tough because you'd like to think the place that can house that many people for the NASCAR race would.
Yeah. Why didn't they just use that group?
I don't know. But yeah, I guess for me, if we have a voice in the room with our new colleagues, who do we call up? Uncle Rob?
I don't think we have a number.
Like the Field of Dreams game was incredible. I remember when that happened, we all felt like we got punched in the face. Like it was all like, holy smokes, like baseball crushed this. I think part of what made it cool and special was it was like there was limited seating. So I think there's also this weird perspective of like, oh, baseball just trying to break their attendance record or sell tickets and get all these people in the building, and with the rain and the concessions that ends up kind of hurting it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against selling some tickets, and if you played a game in Michigan in the big house or wherever you could dream. I guess for me, I'm more impressed by baseball's, because you have so many regular season games. I think that's what made the Field of Dreams thing so cool, that like whenever anyone asks like where's your dream one, like I would love if we could somehow just make a field like the outfield stops at the Grand Canyon and balls are flying into the Grand Canyon or something like that. We can do stuff like that. Right? Like, could you imagine find one of the flat areas towards the end of the Grand Canyon, the outfield literally.
What are you going to build the field on?
Like,
it's like kind of like a rocky terrain around
don't invite Denzel Clark, because if he tries to rob one and goes too far. But that's, again, wherever your place is, like people, I think when we did this, people yell Yellowstone, or they just yell any random big place. Like, why not?
Yellowstone, I'm in. A game in Montana, yes.
And Trev, that's where I guess I'll double down with you on the player side. I think when it's this and it is elevated, I don't think the players care about the extra travel. I don't think they mind the other BS, because they're like, well, this is pretty damn cool.
Eli White thinks it's cool.
Yeah, Eli White sure does think it's
Alaska's one I think of, big open terrain. They already have the college baseball thing going on there. Like, that'd be interesting to see. Like, there are just, I want Major League Baseball to continue to do this. I think they are. I think you're right. Like, they are all in on this. But we should be like that league that does that.
We're on it. Well done. Life lessons with Coach Trev. Per how this show operates, I'm giving out the How Deep Can You Go award. Popular.
Is that in reference to our world record we're going to break?
Oh, Trev did send me a world record. Oh, you're going to have to tell Rob. Rob's going to be very excited about that.
Okay, after the show.
What do we have to get in touch with someone at Guinness?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can figure that out. Sometimes it's not about how deep. Anyways, the best team in baseball is the Milwaukee Brewers. They're 67-44. And Trev, I should have teased you a little more coming into this about where my award was going. But also at the same time, no. They traded for Brandon Lockridge from San Diego, and it was like, okay. Like I get, in a way, he feels like a Milwaukee guy, can kind of play everywhere. He's their type. They traded Nestor, and it's like, all right, let's see what San Diego could do with Nestor. Lockridge, like, is he gonna, he's got options. Do they just want another body? He played a couple games, and he had multiple hits. The whole lineup, but we talked about it throughout. Historic weekend for Milwaukee hitting. And Blake Perkins, who, the last time we were talking about him, it was Pancake Manager was in tears talking about how good of a person he is. What they've turned Andrew Vaughn into. Playing first base and hitting third or fourth in their lineup on a given day and going nuts. Terang, like you said, he had a massive weekend. Caleb Durbin, who, Rob, I should have prepped you on this. If you go check out Jake from Cespedes, he posted a picture on Twitter with Caleb Durbin, and you get Caleb Durbin's real size. And I know we say 5'6" a lot. Then you're like, holy this guy's doing it at a high level in the major leagues. The lineup showed off its depth this week. But Trev, I'm still blown away by the pitching. And you mentioned it with Logan Henderson. Jacob Mizorowski goes down, and he was the story of the All-Star game, right? Like, oh, these other pitchers turned out he shouldn't be there. How is this not Christopher Sanchez, who might win the Cy Young? And then you go through it, and it's like, oh, well, you can't turn down an invite if you're a bonus invite. So that's kind of how it got to Mizorowski. Mizorowski goes down, the young phenom pitcher that's breaking the sport. Like you mentioned, they called up Logan Henderson, who I think you said he has a NASCAR name, and you're right. Logan Henderson, 5 starts this year, 25.1 innings, 33 strikeouts, a 1.78 ERA. If Logan Henderson was on anyone else's favorite team, he would be their Mizorowski. He would be their you need to see Logan Henderson. Instead, this guy can't crack the roster until Mizorowski is hurt. The depths and riches of this Milwaukee Brewers team, which is not how we normally talk about them. Chad Patrick is in AAA right now. Chad Patrick was the guy for the first half of this season we were talking about, here's this guy's Brewers masterclass. 94.2 innings, a 3.52 ERA from CP. Tobias Myers is currently in their AAA after he was a 3 flat ERA over 138 innings last year. They traded away Nestor. The depth of this Brewers team feels completely different. Remember when we got sucked into Craig Yoho before the year? He's been up and down on the bus because they don't need him. They don't need anyone. All they need is pocket pancakes and pocket pizza. They traded for Jordan Montgomery, which threw me off at the deadline. What was that? I can't wait to see what's next, man. They're 5th in runs. They're 2nd in starting pitching ERA. They're 2nd in batting average. They're 3rd in on base. They're 2nd in steals. You mentioned what team were you talking about before that you said they could beat you in so many different ways?
Padres.
The Padres. The Brewers can beat you in every single way. Every way that you can list how to win a Major League Baseball game, the Brewers can do that, and that's why they're the best team in baseball.
6 of their 26 people on the roster right now, they drafted or signed as an amateur free agent. The rest are from trades or getting guys off the heat pile, and just their ability to develop like at the major league level, like get guys to reach their potential. I mean, a lot of people always talk about developing as being, a guy you draft and, but like if you bring guys over and can make them better, that's also development. I think that's what they do better than anybody else. I've watched a lot of teams this year. And a lot of them, I've watched every single team play, obviously, on my TV this year, but I feel like I've got a good amount of teams, especially like high-end teams in person this year. The best baseball I saw played is the Milwaukee Brewers. And I don't even think it's close. Like they put together an absolute clinic right in front of my eyes. And I just won't take it for granted anymore because I know, like you said, how many ways they can beat you. It really, really is incredible. Playing
good baseball matters at the New York Yankees. Could you bring up the Durbin pick again, Rob? Because, again, if I just showed you this pick, Jake from Cespedes, handsome, nice, and I was like, oh, look at this picture Jake took. If you didn't know, you'd think Caleb Durbin was on the analytics crew.
Where's he from?
Wash U. All 3 of them are from Washington U. I forget that other big gentleman on the left, Ryan Ludis. couple WashU baseball players. So,
what organization was Caleb Durbin in?
he was on the Yankees. He was traded for Devin Williams, who's been lights out. Let's end the episode. This was fun.
Both our teams stink so bad.
We're sorry. We'll stop talking about them. Actually, Yanks are the best reality show in television. Everyone go check it out. Chaos.
Jake sucks.
Yanks stink. Little all JM coming up.
Yeah.
Hello.
And then no up Friday because we're in the warehouse.
Gunnar Henderson playing well.
Yeah, nice homer. The Cubs could have swept.
Cubs
Run
could've
Jimmy
swept.
Jack off my guy Caleb Beelbar.
Oh,